Adam Smith, the voice of boxing. Firstly, how are you, my friend? You good?
I'm very good, thanks. Very good. Just about recovered from the Saturday night that Spencer and I had, where we did, I think we worked out about 9.5, 10 hours of commentary with a 3-hour car ride down as well, and a feed that sort of went a little bit amiss, but we got through it.
I'm sure talkSPORT looked after you.
Wonderfully. They were absolutely brilliant. We had some Mackie in the studio. It was no problem. A few chicken nuggets, and we were live on air again. It was a great night. talkSPORT YouTube from Sheffield, the GBM show, which was absolutely brilliant, from Michael King's ring walk all the way to Shaq Thompson's performance at the end of the night. Kieran Malloy, Hughie Fury, Tiernan Bradley, just loads of great stuff. Just a fantastic night, knockouts, good hard fights. The women were terrific with Nicola and Gemma. Really enjoyed it. And of course then into the big one with, we had a little bit of a warm-up with Sean McComb, who we thought looked robbed blind from what we were looking.
Very controversial.
Yeah, against Barboza Jr. And then Ryan Garcia sort of shocking the world, fooling us a little bit, I guess, in the build-up. And it was a crazy fight. It just sort of made no sense because every time Garcia sort of got going, he hurt Haney, but he didn't really get going very much. He stood off him. Haney allowed to get into a rhythm and was beautiful at times. And then suddenly back comes Garcia with that thunderous power. Haney did very well to get up, I thought, certainly on the first time. Referee did him a big favor, helping him out there. Haney, wonderful boxer. Garcia, terrific power and speed. Garcia's night. I want to see it again. They fought 7 times. Let's make it an 8th.
On Garcia, were you fooled by social media antics? Were you fooled?
Yeah, it's a difficult one because you always wonder and worry about a fighter's well-being. That's the most important thing, is not just the physical shape, but the mental health when they go into a fight. And there was all sorts of chaos and warning signs. And only the people around Ryan Garcia, the team, can really answer whether he was absolutely bang on for the fight. He comes in overweight, he drinks the beer. Was it all a show? Are there difficulties? You don't know. And even in the ring walk, you weren't quite sure. He had the orchestra, the string quartet in the dressing room. I mean, it was a crazy performance. And if he did fool the world, then, I mean, that's an amazing sort of performance from start to finish. But he fought a bit like he was erratic in his display in the ring too, sort of holding off, almost sort of waiting to pounce again, a bit like a Bengal cat, sort of,
a bit of showboating,
about to strike. Yeah, and look, it was a brilliant night for Ryan Garcia. He upset the odds. Devin Haney's first ever loss, and we all want to see it happen again. And let's hope that they do it at the right weight next time. They both make weight, and let's get a rematch on. It's got to happen. The two of them are now. They're in history together. They're entwined. They're only 25. There's plenty of time. Chance to do it again. The world wants to see it, but let Ryan have his moment. Golden Boy and Ryan, well done to them. They won the fight, and Devin will go and rebuild and come back stronger. Surely he showed the guts and heart to get up. He's one of my favourite fighters still, and Ryan Garcia, fabulous. I'm sure his Instagram following went up even more, a few more million. But Devin Haney deserves a lot of credit as well for that night. It was a great night for boxing.
No, I agree. I think Haney definitely deserves that rematch. And as you say, Garcia is pretty much the face of boxing now. Talking about making history, last week, Queensbury v Matchroom, the 5v5, the first of its kind. What's your initial thoughts on that? Obviously, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia putting on loads of big events over the last year. Is this something good for boxing?
Of course it's good. It's wonderful what the Saudis have done. Turkey and Dr. Rakan and all the team out there in Riyadh. It's absolutely brilliant. It's different, putting the enormous fights on, especially the heavyweights, but now taking it global as well. The big announcement in the States with Terence Crawford and a card which was an absolute knockout. So look, it's not just in Saudi, they're doing it in America. They're talking about coming to Britain for a big show. 5v5 is
teased at Wembley, I hear.
Yeah, Wembley, and who knows what it'll be. Maybe the winner of Dubois and Hrgovic fights AJ, or maybe if Fury beats Usyk. Who knows what's going to happen, but we know Wembley's going to be packed in September for a big night. And yeah, they are putting the show's on. So it's electrifying. It's really exciting. The 5v5, the top of the bill is good enough for us all to go anyway.
Let me get you there, Adam. Better be a Bivol.
I mean, it's a great fight.
Can you pick a winner?
People are asking me. It's a tough one to call because it's the best.
Yeah.
I slightly lean towards Bivol, but not by much. It's a really good fight. It's like Fury and Usyk. It's like the 5v5. You know, it's difficult to pick the winners. People were saying to me, do I think Matchroom or Queensbury? I sort of went through the card last week. It was almost slightly to Matchroom, I thought, but you don't know. And any one of them could go either way. That's what we want to see. That's what me as a fight fan wants to see. I want to see fights I don't know the answer of. You know, GBM, that's what we're trying to do here. Much lower level, of course, in the York Hall on May 24th, the young prospects. But at the top level, this is what's happening. So hats off to Turkey, to Dr. Rakan, to George Warren, to Spencer Brown, to Frank Smith, to Eddie. Eddie and Frank Warren always get the highlights, you know, but George in the background, Frank Smith in the background, they're working and weaving their magic. Spencer Brown at Gold Star as well, they're doing a great job. And yeah, Turkey and Dr. Rakan, it's fantastic what's happening in Saudi. But also, there's a huge amount of shows in Britain, as we saw in Sheffield last week. We've got some great shows coming up. Just announced the Riakporhe and Billam Smith fight June the 15th in Selhurst Park. That's a brilliant one.
Can you pick a winner there?
Again, a tough one. It was
the rematch, of course.
Tough one first time around. You know, Chris has got the wind in his sails. Richard, big wins back, but maybe a little bit of inactivity. I don't know. I like Richard in this fight. I'm not sure. It's a 50-50 fight. You've got Lauren Price fighting Jessica McCaskill on Boxer as well. I'm going up tomorrow to Liverpool for the Box Nation fight to cheer on Hannah Rankin, who's part of my team at Summit. Yeah. Love Hannah Rankin. Amazing story she is. And then the next night, they've got a great show in Liverpool, a Next Gen show, I think, on DAZN. So up and down the country, it's fantastic. So Charlie Edwards on Channel 5 the other day. It's great for sport generally. And talkSPORT YouTube, as we know, GBM Sports all the way. Packed last week and stacked. And it will be May 24th as well. Don't forget to tune in. And it's great having GBM and talkSPORT YouTube, you know, together, entwined. And thank you very much to Liam and to Denny and everyone at talkSPORT. Ed, fantastic. The whole team, love it.
Thank you, Adam, for that. It was a record view, the GBM show, so you're right, it was big. And lastly, you talk about 50-50 fights. Josh Taylor, Jack Catterall II, fast approaching, May 25th.
Throw some more at me, some more big fights.
Firstly, Taylor Catterall
Can it
II.
be any better?
Who wins?
Have we ever had a better time in boxing? I mean, I look back and, of course, I can wax lyrical about Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson and Riddick Bowe, and yeah, they probably never for me beat that sort of time. Oscar De La Hoya, Roy Jones, Shane Mosley, Diego Corrales, Jose Luis Castillo, wonderful fighters. Joe Calzaghe here, Ricky Hatton. Amazing nights. Carl Froch will tell you. George Groves, 80,000. So many fantastic different periods in boxing. I love my time with Eddie particularly. That sort of early days of Matchroom when we were putting on AJ Klitschko. Will we ever have a night like that? Well, then they had Fury, didn't they, against Dillian White, 94,000. But it just seems to be, it's just different, isn't it? But I don't know if there's been a buzz like this about boxing for a long time because all the big fights are being made. The heavyweights is like a giant, massive magic potional pot, isn't it? It's wonderful. Pick them out, Ruiz, Miller, Hergovich, Dubois, Joseph Parker against whoever.
Oh, Christmas is at once, isn't it?
It's just unbelievable, isn't it? And AJ's back on form. Fury Usyk, the biggest fight in a generation. You got 5v5. You got everything announced in America. And you just mentioned Catterall and Taylor, which is a wonderful fight. It's a great fight.
I need you to give me a winner, Adam. Taylor Catterall, because a lot of people, obviously the first fight, just Taylor won, but people felt Jack Catterall was the true victor. Who do you think wins? Obviously the weights are different this time round. Does that make a huge difference?
Matt Macklin and I called it first time around. I think most people felt that Jack Catterall should have become the world champion that night, but it didn't happen. There were one or two that thought Josh nicked it, but not many. Most people thought Jack and Wade, and everyone thought it was, for the most, a pretty controversial decision. But both fighters do their job. They're not the judges. The three judges scored it. They scored it to Josh Taylor. That really wired up Jack Catterall and Jamie Moore and a lot of people. I'd like to have seen that fight happen sooner.
Sooner, yeah.
But it finally does. You got this time Eddie stirring it up. What better man than Eddie to get the juices flowing? I can't wait for it. You're going to ask me for a prediction. I really don't know, actually.
You can sit on the fence if you want.
I don't know.
But the people will criticise you for
Of course they will. Of course they will. And Josh and Jack will give me hell if I pick one, not the other.
You're right.
I want to be there. Put it that way. It's not a show I'm involved in, but I want to be there. Right. So that's how good a fight it is the second time around. I've got a feeling that Josh will be better this time. I think that he was really poor against Jack the last time. I think Jack might be maybe a little bit over-eager because he's so up for this. And I just wonder, Josh at his very best, but is he still at his very best? I don't know. I want to see another great fight, and I want to see the right man win. That's what I want to see this time. I'm sneaking. I love Jack.
You want to give me a winner,
I'm
don't you?
sneaking towards Josh, but I love Jack, so I don't know. It's a very, very hard fight to call. Spencer Oliver, who wins? Taylor or Catterall? He says Catterall. I'm going Taylor just because I want to be against this man. No. I want to be against you.
I'm going to explain why.
Come on.
There's a reason behind this. So when the rematch was made, I thought the rematch was going to go in. I think that Josh Taylor has outweighed 140. So when the rematch was done, I thought he was going to go at a catch weight like 1-3.
He looked terrible at the weight last time, didn't he, Josh Taylor?
Absolutely. Listen, look, I think he's outgrown that weight, and for that reason only, I think maybe ego may have played a part in him taking it back down at 140 because he wants to right the wrongs of the last contest and the controversy surrounding it.
Jack Catterall won last time, no doubt.
Jack Catterall won the fight by 9 rounds in my options, 9 rounds to 3. So I just believe that boxing at 140, doing the rematch at 140 is a big mistake on Josh Taylor's part. He says he can still make it comfortably. Teofimo Lopez, the performance he put in against Lopez last time out, told me he can't make it comfortably. And for that reason only, I think that Jack Catterall wins.
Or do styles make fights and Catterall's just got his number?
No, I think in this situation, in these circumstances, yeah, there's a bit of that to it. But I just think that the weight has beat Josh Taylor as much as the opponent. And that's where I think that we're at with it. I think he'd be much better at 147 than 140. And I think that he's made a mistake by taking the fight at 140.
Adam. Spencer Oliver thinks Jack Catterall. Go away. He's gone. He's gone. He's made me think Jack Catterall.
Why was
now.
it easier to
I
get
think
an
it's
answer?
Jack Catterall.
Why was it easier to get an answer?
Why do you just get in my ear like this, like a little wasp? It's like a little wasp.
I don't have to sit on the fence.
You're not sitting on it. He sat on the fence.
He's got splinters, mate. Splinters where they shouldn't be.
Yeah. Whilst I've got you here, just...
I like both of them too much. They're great guys.
I love them both as well. This is not personal.
Okay, maybe Jack does win. Maybe Styles do win fights. He certainly won the last one.
Yeah, but no.
I'm going back the other way now.
Has he convinced you,
I
Adam?
don't know. I'm going home. I can't. I'm going to wait up one morning and I think Jack the next morning, Josh.
Listen, it's a great fight. It's a great fight. We can't say that it's not a great fight.
Shall we just promote it for Eddie? Look, it's a great fight. Don't miss it. May 25th, the night after our fight. May 24th, don't miss that. A double whammy, right? May 24th, GBM, your call. Then, May 25th, Leeds, Eddie in the middle of Catterall Taylor 2. It doesn't get better than that, does it?
Great fight.
The week after Fury Usyk. Are we in dreamland?
I'm hoping we are.